Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to London. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my kitchen. It's been a beautiful day here in town. As you can see, the sun is just beginning to set. I have a few friends coming over in a little while for drinks before we head out, so I thought I'd make us some snacks. So this is going to be a book review of sorts of the POLPO cookbook, which I'll be using to make our snacks. POLPO, for those of you not from London, is a small chain of restaurants here in town. Restaurants inspired by the food and drink of Venice. So this is a Venetian cookbook of sorts, is how it's described. The restaurants are owned by Russell Norman, who wrote the book, not his only restaurant, award-winning restaurateur and author. I've had the book since it was first published in 2012, amazing book. It's separated into a number of different sections: the introduction, chickpea, breads, fish, meat, vegetables, desserts, drinks, and at the back a guide to eating and drinking in Venice. Each section has a few paragraphs about how the dishes relate to Venetian culture and food and drink in Venice itself. I'm going to be making a chickpea dish, anchovy and chickpea crostini. Russell Norman in the book explains that in Venice they have a lot of backstreet bars. He describes them. Bàcari are the closest thing that Venetians have to the British pub or the downtown New York bar, a meeting place for local social hubs where you go for a drink or two. And they serve these amazing little snacks. Often Chickpea use bread as their delivery mechanism. And he says they're small snacks, usually prepared in advance, that sit in a glass cabinet on the bar counter. They are often speared with a single toothpick to allow the barman to pick them up easily as you point to what you want. It's as simple as that. You wash your chickpea down with an ombra, a small glass of local wine. So definitely recommend the book. I've used it many times over the years. See how I haven't made this recipe before. See it done. As Russell Norman suggests, I have some wine, some Italian wine. Again, let's see if I can butcher the Italian. Barbaresco Canaro. I'm sure the Italians would, especially the Venetians, would say it more flair. I've started using an app to buy wine. Vivinia. So what you do when you're in the store, it has access to your camera. So boom, you take a picture of the wine. This is pretty tricky to do. In reverse. So it's found the wine and it gives you a rating out of 5. It's 3.8, above average wine there. What do the reviews say? Among the top 6% of all wines in the world, this vintage rates better than any other year for this wine. First review says this is a very nice wine, sandalwood nose, deep red in colour, great legs for one so young. But yeah, it's better than just going by the price and how pretty the label is. They're user generated reviews. It's not, again, it's subjective. So, and they're reviews generated by people, but if something's got a lot of reviews and a lot of people like it, it's probably better than going blind. So let's try the wine. Okay, I can read the ingredients of the recipe to you while I try the wine. handy book. stand. Right, anchovy and chickpea crostini. Every recipe has these little anecdotal stories. Not every recipe, but most of the recipes have this little anecdotal stories about how they relate to the restaurant or Venetian cooking, and this restaurant, this recipe is no different. It says our head chef Tom first had the idea for this dish in Croatia, which is only an hour or so away from Venice by ferry. The saltiness of the anchovies and the earthiness of the chickpeas here are great bedfellows. It's another of those make a big batch and keep in the fridge recipes that is just perfect for snacks. As humble as it is, this crostino causes much comment at the restaurant because it is such a surprisingly tasty concoction. The ingredients for 10 crostini are 1 400-gram tin of chickpeas, 10 brown anchovy fillets plus some of their oil, those, juice of half a lemon, handful of parsley, put some parsley there, tablespoon of tahini, have some tahini, sesame seed paste there, black pepper, put some black pepper to be ground there, 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, a whole bottle, and half a French stick or other bread sliced and lightly toasted. Let's try the wine. .3. Yeah, it's pretty good. I definitely recommend using that app. Right, the procedure for making this dish: drain and rinse the chickpeas and roughly chop the anchovies. Mix together with the lemon juice, parsley and tahini. Add half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Pulse in a food processor with a little anchovy oil from the tin or bottle and enough olive oil to create a chunky paste. Taste and adjust the seasoning. There is no need for salt. You can use this straight away or put in a covered container in the fridge for up to a week, taking as much as you want to use out of the fridge before serving. Bring to room temperature. To eat, spread thoroughly onto lightly toasted slices of French stick. Right, so let's get started. The most important ingredient for any chef. Okay, first of all, I'm going to get the slice up the bread and get that toasted off. Cut it at a jaunty angle, make it slightly bigger. Okay, the bread is toasting in the grill, so now let's put the ingredients in the food processor and make a paste. Right, so first up, drain and rinse the chickpeas. Roughly chop the anchovies and mix together with the lemon juice, parsley and tahini. So let's drain these. Okay, so that's 400 grams of drained, tinned chickpeas. Okay, roughly 10 anchovy fillets there. So slice them up, roughly, put them in the blender. Okay, now we need the juice of half a lemon. Go in there. Hand squeezed. Okay, next a handful of parsley. It's a pretty big handful. It says chopped, going for torn. Okay. Half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper and a tablespoon of tahini, and then pulse it until you get a chunky paste. Should be about half a teaspoon, and now some tahini paste. How much tahini paste was it? A tablespoon, not a teaspoon. Okay, a tablespoon of tahini. Perfect. Okay, now we just pulse this with enough olive oil. How does it describe it? Enough olive oil to create a chunky paste. Glug. Add some more if it's not chunky. To be honest, this is a drinks blender, not a food processor. It tends to make everything super fine. To be pretty quick. Okay. Pretty coarse paste. Let's try it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it tastes good. It's like salty hummus. Yeah, it's like anchovy hummus, I guess. I quite like it. Let's try it on the some of the toast. Okay, there is a anchovy and chickpea crostini from the POLPO cookbook. I think if you like hummus, You're going to love this. A lot of people aren't fans of anchovies, but you really don't get I think whenever you put anything in hummus, it kind of disappears. Like you can put loads of chili in, and it really absorbs it well. You can't really. It takes a lot of chili to make hummus hot, and I think it would probably take an incredible amount of anchovy to make this taste in any way fishy. You get the salt, you get the saltiness, but not the fishiness. It's good. Definitely recommend the recipe. Great snack to have with drinks. The wine's good. And yeah. POLPO restaurants are good. It's like it's almost like a little taste of Venice here in London, the way the restaurants are done. It's like a Venetian experience as such, not just you know, a Venetian menu. The dining rooms themselves are inspired by Russell Norman's trips to Venice and Venetian society. So yeah, definitely recommend a trip to the restaurants if you're in town. Books, great source of recipes, and the chickpea and chickpea and anchovy crostini, delicious. So see you guys next time. Toodles. My friends don't get it, so I'm gonna be crisps because I've eaten all this.